health, your family, your future, your livelihood on any corporation or employer today, not without a plan B. You see, things are changing out there, folks, and you don't want to be the last one to know. Listen, we'll be talking about a plan B and the need for a paradigm shift, a plan for the times. So you're going to want to stay tuned. But first, we need to talk about all the reasons why 95% of the people out there fail to achieve the successful lives they dream of. Why they end up living lives of mediocrity and debt and going to the grave bitter. And it isn't a lack of opportunity. We've already covered that. So let me tell you then a little story about a man I know. And although we are no longer associated, we were once well acquainted. You see, my stepdad was a very unsuccessful man. And although I forgive him for it today, he was also consequently a bad influence in my life. Growing up, when I'd say things like, hey, when I grow up, I'm going to find a great job that I love that pays well. And he'd say, that's not possible. Not in the real world. When I told him my plans for a big house, property, a happy family, time and money to pursue the things I was most passionate about in life, he told me I was living in a dream world. You see, what he did was describe what wasn't possible. He instilled negative programming into my head that I had to overcome. And why would he do that? Would he do that because it was impossible? These things are you just can't achieve these things? No, of course not. That's silly. I mean, we see, hear, and know of people every day that do things otherwise. We know it's possible to put a man on the moon, to shoot for the stars, to achieve abundant happiness and stellar success and wealth in life. So why, then, would he tell me these things? Well, I don't think he told me those things because they were impossible for everyone, but because they were impossible for him to achieve. And he was trying to spare me the pain that he was experiencing because he didn't know how, nor could he believe large enough to make it possible. You see, he didn't have what it took. Why do I say that? Because success requires breaking through your barriers. It requires belief in yourself. It absolutely demands personal growth. And that's why I know that he's going to die addicted to debt, chained to mediocrity. He won't change. Because you see, he doesn't have childlike courage or childlike beliefs. He doesn't have childlike qualities of success that are necessary. And so what do I mean by that? Well, I'm going to tell you in a minute. But first, let me ask you a question. When was the last time that you rode a bicycle? Who do you think here is listening to this right now that maybe has gone the longest amount of time without riding a bicycle? But if I were to bring a bike into the room with us right now, could you ride it today? Tell me why. Could even the person that had gone the longest amount of time since riding a bicycle, if I brought a bicycle into the room with us right now, could they ride that bicycle? Why? Because no one questions whether riding a bicycle or not is possible. That'd be stupid, right? Okay. Well, here's another stupid question then. Do you believe that abundant wealth is possible? Abundant success is possible? Financial freedom possible? Abundant health and happiness is possible? Well, do you think they're possible for you, though? Yes or no? I mean, that might change it a little. And what about the first time you rode a bicycle then? Did you believe it was possible then? I mean, yes or no? Maybe some of you did, maybe some of you didn't. But most of us don't just jump right on new things like riding a bicycle, totally believing that it's possible and becoming an instant success. I mean, maybe you did, but I didn't. And what usually happens the first time that we try? We crash and burn, right? It hurts. There's an instant success. And sometimes it's scary. brand new things. You feel awkward, vulnerable, maybe stupid. And when you crash, there's pain involved. Maybe even some of you got injured. So why can you ride a bicycle today? Because you didn't quit. Somewhere as a child, you gained the courage, the belief, and the tenacity necessary to succeed. And you could do it again today if you really wanted to. How long has it been since you rode a bicycle and you could still ride it today? You see, what I'm getting at is this. Most people know that a life of abundant success is possible, that freedom and dreams are possible. Most people who see the presentation that I'm about to share realize it's possible. And more than that, they realize that it's a perfect vehicle to take you there. I mean, this is simple stuff that kids get and understand. They don't have problems with this. Adults, on the other hand, we get all twisted up with ourselves. We've got all kinds of difficulties with this simple success process. It's kid stuff, and yet we've gotten so ultra sophisticated as adults that we struggle with it. So what is it then that prevents us from reaching success and abundance and the lives we dream of? What leaves 95% of people in debt and mediocrity and pain when we don't have to be? And it isn't a lack of opportunity. We've already covered that. As a matter of fact, I'm going to show you a perfect opportunity to take you there later if you just stay tuned. There's three main reasons, and we've already covered reason number 1 and reason number 2. Why can you ride a bicycle today? Because you didn't quit. Why didn't you quit? Because you had childlike courage to persist. And why did you have that courage to persist? Because you had childlike belief or faith that if you persisted, you would succeed. You would ride because you believed it. You knew it was possible. Do you see a process here? A process so simple that a child could do it? The opportunity I'm going to present to you isn't any different. As a matter of fact, it's exactly the same. There's only people who succeed and those who quit. There is no try, only do. There's only people who ride bicycles. Those people who quit are those who've never tried. If you didn't quit, you were successful. And you all ride, so you're all a successful group already. Give yourselves a round of applause. We have a successful group of people. You all understand the process, and you could do it again today if you really wanted to. As a matter of fact, you could ride today if I brought a bicycle in here, no matter how long it's been, because you get the process. But I'm going to challenge all of you to imagine for a moment all you'd have missed out on in life if you had never learned this simple process. If you had never learned to ride a bicycle. All the freedoms that you would have to erase. All the places you'd been that you now never have gone. All the adventures you had that now you have to erase. It'd be pretty tragic, wouldn't it? Imagine erasing all the bicycle chapters from your life. And listen, I'm just a little bit psychic right now, and I'm kind of getting what some of you are thinking right now. You're saying, what does all this have to do with this business of the 21st century, presentation and this opportunity for abundant success in life? And I'm going to tell you something. It has everything to do with it. Because a business opportunity, no matter what it is really just another vehicle to take you to what you really want in life. It's leverage to achieve what you really, really want, which is to enjoy your lives more, right? It's just like the bicycle thing. It took you places in life. It took you on adventures that you enjoyed, and it was fun too. But isn't what we really all want to do is just enjoy more of our lives? To have more time, more freedom, more money to do the things we really wanted to do. And if you had all that, what would you do? Or would you pursue your passions in life, whatever they might be? And could you be all that you can be and provide all that you can provide for those that you love the most? Our loved ones, our families, or maybe even for the world, for others out there that we could help along the way. All the things that the right opportunity and training can provide. The freedom that we all want to become the best we that we can be, to achieve the highest standards of living that are possible, that we are designed for. Or maybe you just don't dream that big anymore. And if that's the case, then why? And believe me, I understand. I've been there, remember? But how long do you want to remain stuck? Now just let those questions sink in for a minute. Listen to what your heart tells you. So if these are the things that we really all want in life, more time, more money, more freedom, to manifest our greatest love and lives ever, then why is it so few of us are achieving it? I want you to take total responsibility and get really honest with yourselves here. And I realize this can be difficult for some of you, because it was for me. You see, these realizations and answers only came to me after a long road of suffering, self-searching, experimentation, struggle, and discovery. So don't be too hard on yourselves, but just listen. We've already established the need for childlike courage and a childlike belief. But there's a third element that's missing. And before I tell you what it is, I want to know what some of you think it might be. What are some of the things that personally might be holding you back, or keeping you stuck in a life of mediocrity, or keeping you from being the greatest you of your life ever, keeping you from manifesting and living your dreams, risking it, going for it, from pushing the limits, being all that you can be? You know, what's keeping you from re-engaging? And I'm sure that all of you have got some really great answers out there. But do you want to know the number one answer that keeps people chained to mediocrity, debt, and a life far less than they deserve to become? Do you want to know what makes people 95%ers? In a minute, I'm going to tell you. But first, one more example, one more story. And why another story? Because in 72 hours, you're going to start to forget most of what I'm saying here. You'll go back to your ordinary lives like most of this never happened. But I bet you're never going to forget this. Bring in the plank. If I put a plank between us on the stage up here, put 2 blocks underneath it, 2 cinder blocks, basically 2 big bricks, I have a question for you. Would you walk across that plank with me? I'll go first. But would you just walk across this plank with me on this stage? Just maybe a foot in the air. Most of you are going to say yes to that question without a problem. Unless you're just afraid of getting up on stage and looking silly, which you're going to need to get over that if you want to succeed in life. But now let me ask you another question. If I were to take this same plank, stretch it out longer, bring it downtown 1,000 feet in the air, seagulls flying by in the wind, would you walk that same plank with me now? I'll still go first. Why not? What reasons cause you to say no? And are you sure there's absolutely no way that you're going to walk that plank with me? Now let me ask you another question. How many of you have children or grandchildren, special loved one, let's say? Now imagine for a moment that the building on the other side of that plank was on fire and your loved ones were trapped in it. Would you walk that plank with me now to save their lives? Why? Your reason why has changed. That's why you would walk that plank with me. Your reason why has now become so big that the obstacles that would otherwise stop you no longer matter anymore. Your reason why has now made you powerful and unstoppable. And that is the number one reason why most people fail in life, why they live in mediocrity, why they live in debt, why they never become the most they could be. Their reason why is simply not big enough. It's not compelling enough to bring about a paradigm shift in their lives. They're either that or they're not even looking for a reason in the first place. And if that's the case, that's sad. Look, I can give you the tools, the training, the system to take you to success. I can give you the mentorship all along the way to guide you. I can give you an opportunity that'll take you there, but I cannot give you the reason why, the all-important reason why to do it. I can guide you to it, but I can't give it to you. That's why people fail to achieve. It isn't that there isn't ample opportunity in the world or in life. There's an opportunity in life in front of you right now that will change your life. I guarantee it. But I can't answer whether or not you've found a compelling reason why yet or not. I can't answer whether or not you're going to let any of the 3 reasons hold you back from your dreams, from your desired destiny, and all you can be any longer. You see, there's plenty of money and there's plenty of opportunity in the world. And there really isn't a shortage. What there is a shortage of is people ready to accept the truth and to take action now when opportunity presents itself. You see, I'm here to present you with a choice and an opportunity to grow today. In fact, I'm encouraging it, and I'm going to challenge you to get out of your comfort zone and find a large enough reason to start truly succeeding in life. In fact, I want the comfort zone that you're in right now to become the uncomfort zone. I want you to start becoming the best you that you can be ever. The opportunity that I'm about to share with you may or may not be for you. I've only asked that you remain open-minded to it and let your heart decide for you. You may share the same vision as I do or not, and that's fine with me. But whatever you do, please, please, I encourage every one of you to take an oath to yourselves or to whoever is most important to you in this world. A solemn vow that you will seek to find your compelling reason why, the all-important why necessary to differentiate yourself from the norm, to break free from the crowd, and to declare your independence forever from the 95% of others in this world chained to addiction, lost in debt, and enslaved to a life of mediocrity headed nowhere. That from this moment forth, you will do what it takes to become the greatest you that you can be. That you will achieve membership in the 5% club and strive to make your life a legacy instead of what might have been. Will you do that for yourself? If you get nothing more out of this presentation, if you were to turn it off right now, if you get nothing more out of this than to do that for yourselves right now, then I will have served you today and fulfilled my mission and purpose. I still have an awesome opportunity that I want to share with you, and that is literally changing the life of thousands of people, rewriting their futures, and the rest of this presentation is going to be spent focusing on that. So if you want to break free from the 95%ers in this world and learn how to ride an opportunity to abundance, you're going to want to pay close attention to everything that's coming next. If you're ready to become unstoppable, I'm about to begin showing you how. Do you know anyone out there that needs more gold and silver in their life? Anyone out there that could use more assets? People out there that would like to have more fun, to preserve wealth and to make more money, to pay less taxes, all without interfering with what you're doing right now? Then allow me to present to you this business of the 21st century